Delhi, the bustling capital of India, known for its rich cultural heritage, is now facing a lesser known but critical environmental crisis: the rapid disappearance of its wetlands. The wetland ecosystem in Delhi, once teemed with vibrant flora and fauna, crucial for maintaining ecological balance and providing numerous benefits to the city's residents. But now, these wetlands are vanishing at an alarming rate. The Najafgarh Jheel used to be a huge lake in southwest Delhi. This wetland once had a vast expanse of water. It was home to a lot of species of birds and aquatic life. But today, it stands as a haunting testament to the alarming rate at which Delhi's precious wetlands are disappearing. The Najafgarh Jheel wetland in Delhi was once connected to the Yamuna river through a natural shallow drain called the Najafgarh Nala. However, misguided flood control measures in the 1960s led to the widening of the drain, ultimately draining the ecologically rich lake completely.
Under the Wetland Conservation and Management Rule, all states are supposed to have their own wetland conservation authority, state wetland conservation authority. Delhi also has. Okay, they have already identified some areas, some wetlands as an important wetland that need to be protected in priority. But imagine the human density in Delhi areas. With so much of high density people and the demand for land, it is very difficult to protect the wetlands unless and until people are educated about the value of conserved wetlands. So what is required that Delhi Environment Department or Forest Department should make people aware of the benefit of conserved wetland. There need to be a kind of committee who can actually meet regularly and educate people and take up some mass media program to make people aware of what is happening in the situation. Then law alone cannot protect the wetlands or cannot yield better results.
The wetlands located in Najafgarh, Wazirabad, and various other areas of Delhi have played a crucial role in serving the national capital in numerous ways over the years. These wetlands have provided invaluable assistance in terms of flood relief, water purification, prevention of reservoir siltation, and augmentation of groundwater recharge. As the Yamuna River enters Delhi near Wazirabad, it gracefully traverses a distance of 22 kilometers through the city before making an exit. However, when we visited the yamunaghat Wazirabad wetland, we were confronted with a disheartening sight. We witnessed piles of garbage accumulated on both sides of the wetland. The once pristine river, now contaminated with plastic and human waste, reflects a distressing image of a dying wetland. In some places, we also saw instances of sewage water flowing towards the river.
The allocation of funds to the conservation or wildlife or for the protection of wetland is meager in comparison to other developmental activities. See, as far as my information goes, there are around 23 drains in between, 23 major drains, which is giving inputs to the Yamuna part in between Wazirabad and the Okla. The surrounding areas, the surrounding floodplains areas, extending up to Wazirabad, the temple has come up. The other activities, other construction activities has been taken up. For example, the Games Village was constructed, I think, 10 years back or something like that. Because of these construction activities, slowly we are losing the floodplain area, which is losing its characters of recharging the groundwater.
Horse Lake, a serene and picturesque wetland nestled in Delhi's historic landscape, is currently experiencing a gradual and concerning decline. Once teeming with life, the lake now presents a different picture. The lake area emits a foul smell, while the water is polluted and displays a disconcerting greenish color. The water levels have significantly decreased, resulting in a troubling mixture of water and sewage. The residents in this upscale area of Delhi have made several appeals to the government for restoring this wetland, But though the government claims it has a plan to conserve wetlands, no concrete action has been taken on the ground. The nearby Neela Horse Lake shares a similar fate, having undergone a distressing transformation from a picturesque freshwater lake to a dumping ground for debris and untreated sewage from the surrounding areas. However, through the collective efforts of local residents, environmentalists, and the Delhi Development Authority, a proactive initiative was undertaken to rejuvenate and restore the lake.
Neela Horse Lake used to be the biggest lake of South Delhi in the past. Okay, it is a natural depression, and that was getting water from the surrounding hills of Aravallis or the ridge area of Delhi that you call Delhi Ridge of South Delhi. And this lake was, I'm talking about the past history of this Neela Horse. Okay, and it was supplying drinking water to in the past to entire South Delhi. That is a record you can check. But in in due course of time, when Delhi got expansion and you got settled yourself and you expanded, you established, the infrastructure like roads or buildings or colleges, university. Okay, so now the location of Neela Horse is in just beside the Sanjay One in South Delhi, which is again a part of Southern Ridge or South Central Ridge or Aravalli Ridge, you call Delhi Ridge particularly. But in due course of time, when you expanded your thing, the infrastructure part, you established JNU campus, you established the Inter-University Accelerator Center just behind it, and there are then you developed the housing societies along. That lake started getting the dirty water or from surrounding areas, and that was all petrified or getting dead. Okay, and there is a village called Kishangarh. It started getting sewage, that is unauthorized colony, or it is a village called. So the sewage of that water started entering into the Neela Horse Lake, and it accumulated in that, and it was totally a dead lake. It was totally a dead lake. This development of Neela Horse is a joint program of Delhi University and DDA. The land owning agency is DDA, they fund the project, and the technical support comes from Delhi University, which we are working from Delhi University itself, but funded by DDA.
According to Dr. Shah Hussain, India's lack of a robust wetland policy remains a critical issue. Wetlands are often perceived as wastelands, which is the primary reason for the worsening condition of wetlands across the country.
Wetlands are actually the abused lands. Okay, abused means there is no policy on wetlands right now, I would say, and they are considered as the wasteland. Okay, so if you are in Noida, I think, and if you go and see the condition of the river Hindon that is passing through Noida, and you see the wetlands even of some of the wetlands of Noida also, and in Delhi. So these are dumping areas.
Balspa Lake, another deteriorating wetland in Delhi, paints a bleak picture. During our visit, we were shocked to see garbage dumps lining both sides of the lake. Once renowned and even compared to the beautiful Naini Lake in Nainital, Balspa Lake now bears the brunt of excessive sewage dumping. In addition, the lake has repeatedly failed water quality tests, falling short of the standard parameters. Its waters are highly contaminated, and nearly half of its area has been transformed into a landfill site. Ecologists say many wetlands in Delhi are in urgent need for restoration, but this process is riddled with many challenges.
One is Najafgarh Jheel, second is Balswa Lake, third is Sanjay One Lake, and fourth is Askas Lake, and so on. And these are the major lakes in Delhi which require restoration. But there are difficulties in restoration because, for example, Balswa Lake, there's a lot of encroachment. Fairly large part of the lake is already encroached and urbanized. And plus, a lot of dairies are located, and dairy effluents are discharged into the lake. Similarly, probably at near Najafgarh Jheel, there might be some encroachments, and with the result, the water holding area might have become very small. So therefore, there is a major problem. And Sanjay Lake is polluted because there is a discharge of untreated sewage into that. And similarly, Aska's lake has also highly polluted, but attempts are being made to restore them back.
Sanjay Lake presents yet another alarming case of a vanishing wetland. During our visit, we were confronted with a disheartening sight. The once thriving lake had just disappeared, devoid of any water. Local residents informed us that the lake was once wide and deep, but today has been reduced to a mere expanse of muck. The lake has lost its diverse migratory bird population and now stands as a mere shadow of its glorious past. In 2021, the Delhi Wetland Authority identified 1,040 wetlands for restoration, and the Sanjay Lake was shortlisted as one of the most prioritized wetland for conservation efforts. Despite the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi urging the authorities to restore Sanjay Lake by June 30th, our visit revealed that while conservation efforts had commenced, progress was minimal. Many of Delhi's wetlands have fallen victim to rapid urbanization. The influx of industrial waste into water bodies has further deteriorated the condition of these wetlands.
Industries actually can have their treatment plants, okay, so it's very easy for the industries, so there is no economic crisis for them, so they can easily create a effluent treatment system so that clean water enters into the lake if they are actually located in the lake. But if diversion is possible, they have to connect themselves with the central effluent treatment plants. So for industries, that's the role I think they should play. They should be like green industries, okay, and they should not actually give out any wastewater into the neighboring water body or neighboring soil, neighboring groundwater, so or their groundwater on which they are located. So that is expected from any industry.
The Yamuna Biodiversity Park serves as an example of successful wetland restoration. Although there is still much work to be done to fully restore this wetland, the authorities have taken significant steps in the right direction. By creating water bodies and implementing conservation efforts, the park has witnessed a gradual increase in the annual arrival of birds. The Biodiversity Park plays a crucial role in maintaining the ecological balance and replenishing Delhi's groundwater resources.
So let me tell you, in the development of Yamuna Biodiversity Park, we got sodic soil, which does not support any crop, neither there was any encroachment, so therefore we had no problem. But if you take Balswa Lake, a fairly large part of that is encroached and built up. Now removing such settlements from the Balswa Lake is not an easy task, and therefore the restoration now can be done only whatever left out. What is the foremost thing in the restoration of wetland is restoring the catchments, and restoration of the catchments include greening the open areas, whatever the open areas that are left out. The second is rainwater should be channelized in such a way that the water, after filtration through recharging pits, should be what you call allowed to enter into the wetlands. If we do both, we would be able to succeed to a large extent in the restoration of our polluted wetlands.
When it comes to the conservation of wetlands, the government needs to prioritize sustainable solutions. Merely preserving wetlands without considering their long-term viability undermines the very purpose of conservation efforts. The authorities must examine water management, waste management, land use planning, and community engagement during rejuvenation attempts, say experts.
Only taking an action is not the end of the activity, it has to be sustainable. So if changes have happened, so it needs to be sustainable. Political will is important, because you have seen that political will have actually changed the sanitation scenario of the country. So political will is very important to make things sustainable. If the government is taking some action to rejuvenate its lakes, cleaning the pollution, they should also have a sustainability plan attached to it. And the planners, there is a need that the planners are reoriented. There should be some orientation program for the planners, so that when they think of new towns, many new satellite towns are coming up, so they should actually be oriented in a way that they create water bodies, new water bodies also within these new towns, so that recharge areas are created.
I would insist that let the Delhi government or UP government prepare the conservation action plan or management plan of the identified wetlands, and they need to implement it. Okay, then it's likely that we will be able to save some wetland instead of focusing in all 1,000 wetlands or 600 wetlands. So first, in the first stage, let's make a priority that we have these 10 wetlands we need to conserve, prepare a document how to conserve these wetlands, how to identify the problems, how to address those problems, and most importantly, how to raise funds or mobilize funds to address these issues.
The plight of the vanishing wetlands in Delhi serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for action. Today, we are faced with a critical reality. The vanishing wetlands in Delhi remind us of the alarming consequences of human neglect and the urgent need to address the environmental crisis unfolding before our eyes. These disappearing wetlands serve as a sobering reminder that our actions, or the lack of it, have real and irreversible impacts on the delicate balance of nature.